Hello.
What is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and today I'm going to be discussing why I am going to be going to level 65 before I play the Krieg DLC, and why it is important, I think, to do so. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help. Or join us on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise, let's get straight into it. So one of the main reasons I think that you should level up before you do DLC4 is the change in stance with DLCs. If you think back to DLC1, we had just a few legendaries, most of which were dedicated drops. The iron cannon was a guaranteed dedicated drop, and then you had, I think it was that iron laser that was a world drop. The class mods could drop in the world, but there was very few world drop items in DLC 1. Go forward to DLC 2, we had a few more world drop items, but the still majority of the loot was around, farming a mark, farming and power Grawn for dedicated drop. A few of the shields dropped from any named enemies, but again, the feel was that it was named enemies that dropped the best loot. Now, where this stance completely changed was in DLC 3, where there was around about 20 new legendaries that were added, and all but one item, which I believe is the Bloom, was actually available through world drops. So all the top tier items like the Flipper, the Light Show, they had dedicated sources, but they actually dropped in the world. Now, why this is important is that as it's 5 levels of progression that we need to get through, you're probably going to be quite far into the DLC before you reach max level, meaning that if you get any items drop in the world with perfect anointments, but they're like level 62, they're pretty much going to be worthless, and you'll only use them for a very short amount of time. So in DLC 3, they also had like purple items like the Dakota and the pea shooter. These items, particularly the pea shooter, that was given to you straight off the bat. And that pistol was absolutely banging in DLC 3 and was worth using. So you would potentially miss out and have to use a different character to maybe max level. So if you only run one main, I would severely recommend that you do get to level 65 before you do that. Now, bearing in mind as well that it is 5 levels, so you potentially could, I'm not saying you probably will, but you could finish the DLC, potentially get the pinnacle item, which is usually given to you at the end of a DLC period. Last time it was the Dakota, and that could not be max level. So I don't think it's worth the risk to get such really, really godlike potential items and then not be at max level. And that includes class mods because you lose out on a couple of percentages or artifacts based on the level. So I would definitely recommend doing that. Now, when we talk about how to actually get those levels really fast, there are two preferred methods that I would like to talk about when getting leveling up fast. However, there is a third option, but I would definitely choose these two if I was trying to do it fast. So the first option is if you have DLC, in particular DLC 1, the Scrap Trap farm is 100% brilliant for console players in particular. Now, most people know now that you can go to the Scrap Traps and you can kill all of them, and there's loads of enemies in a short period of time. Weapons like the Recursion, or you could use my AFK Zane. Will absolutely clear that through. What some people don't know is you actually don't need to save and quit in that area, meaning that console players will save a lot amount of time when farming. You can simply go to the end of the container on the right hand side and jump down, jump back up, and all those enemies respawn, saving you potentially a minute or two to load back into the game and run back over to that area, and that could really, really do well. Now, if you don't have the DLC, what you could do is you could do the Slaughter Shaft. Now, the Slaughter Shaft has a lot of badass enemies, can drop you items as you're leveling up as well, which will help you for the DLC. And, if your character's strong enough, you only have to do maybe 2 or 3 rounds. You don't actually have to complete it. You could fail around and just restart. So you just go through. It's not about actually completing the Slaughter Shaft. It's about just defeating as many enemies as you can and getting yourself leveled up. Those two are the absolute preferred, in my opinion, methods of leveling up as fast as I can. I'm going to probably do the Slaughter Shaft just because I just get a bit annoyed with the Scrap Trap farm. The third option, and it's not a preferred option, but what you can do is if you've done the Mother of Dragons side mission, you can just go up to her with a face puncher and continually just one-shot her, getting, I think it's around about 11,000 XP on Mayhem 10. However, that method isn't as fast as the other two and requires you to save quit. So if you're on console, it won't work like that. So in summary, guys, the reason why I'm getting to level 65 before before I play the DLC is because the potential of these mission unique items that are predominantly really good in the new DLCs, and the fact that there seems to be a lot more world drops that are dropping in the DLCs themselves. So guys, that's it from me. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. Feel free to ask me questions in the comment section below or join me over on Twitch when we're live and I will answer all your questions there. And otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip.